Hello, my name is Leah. Welcome back for another episode of Curtain Steel in Supreme Roller Ultimate. In previous episode we managed to sort of stabilize the situation near Corsica, and now we brought in some of the fleet to sort of capture finally all of this Z-zones here. Let's just go ahead and get moving, I suppose. I think we should be able to just move next to it and capture that. Yeah, there we go. Go something like this. That should capture most of this area now for us, and then that way at least the British won't be able to bring in stuff here. Well, or the ships won't be able to get in here constantly, and that is going to allow us to get some of the supplies. Ooh, there's some of the submarines in here. Well, that submarine ran away. Actually, there was two of them. One of our escorts got hit pretty bad. Now, luckily we are building the port in here, but it's still going to be a while, at least a month before it's completed. Or close to a month at least before it's completed. But we can bring in some of the ships here. We can maybe move a couple of the submarines down that side. And then these can still stay here. We can maybe bring one of these to be sort of ready to be repaired at some point. We've still got the blockade going on in here, although actually we did send one of the submarines did go back to be resupplied, so let's bring that one back into the fray. I mean, there's not too much traffic through here. There's traffic every now and then, which we do sink, and then of course there's still traffic going through here, especially the other nations bringing in stuff, I suppose. I'm not entirely sure how much of those are actually trying to land, but some of them are. And we did bring in the planes here. I do wonder if we could actually bring these in or not. Let's just try to send them there, and then have a look at which way they're going. Are we going to actually fly just over everything? Ew, we might be. Yeah, we got hit a little bit there. We lost one of them. So we may have provoked some or nations to attack us. Possibly. But at least we got in here, so we got some planes to do some, well, interception with. Right, so what I'm thinking about at this stage is taking a couple of the submarines and start sort of scouting where the French are moving most of their troops from, if they are still using transports over here, or if they're moving the troops on land over here to Italy, for example, then transporting from there to, because every now and then we still sink things in here. But that's something that we kind of need to figure out at some point. Oh, there's another troop transport. I don't know if we actually need more troop transport right now. So what we could do is just get rid of at least that one. The regular transports can still be useful, but I'm going to do is, I'm probably going to put in another. We haven't unlocked the better submarines yet. Have we got the better? I mean, we've got. This one's got a lot more damage, but it's a lot shorter range. This one's got a lot longer range, but not quite as good damage. And then in the escorts, there's the. Oh, actually, what I suppose we could do is we could start getting the Viking-class patrol ships. They should be pretty good at shooting at the enemy submarines. Although, how good is their? The range isn't massive, so they can only shoot basically to the neighboring hex. How far can they see the submarines at least? Oh, they can't spot the enemy submarines. Okay, they can do damage on them, but they can't spot them. So I guess we'll just have to trust on these. Oh, they can't spot the. Okay. Can the Mints do spotting? No. I suppose there is still at least some of the. Fantastic battle report. Okay, these can spot the enemy submarines from 12 kilometers away. But I'm pretty sure that even most of the. At least the submarines can spot the enemy vessels from further away, I suppose. So I guess there's that. We started getting a lot of trades with Japan done, and the relations that we have are actually improving. Not necessarily massively, but a little bit. And our treaty integrity has gone up to 62.8. It's still not enough to do most of the deals that I would like to do, I think. I wonder though, could we get sea transit? No, we can't get transit from you. Non-aggression pact maybe? No. Okay, so Libya is still off the. Well, not a possibility for us right now. I suppose what we can still do is, I mean, we got the transports in here. We could start loading up a lot of the troops from this area to plan and us landing somewhere. France is not going to be a good option for it right now. We just need to weaken them a little bit more. And not to mention, they probably still have a massive military, don't they? Close to 900,000, yeah. I think they still have like 1,000 units deployed somewhere. So that's going to be a difficulty, but I think in Bengal we could maybe succeed. Or Senegal, sorry. Not Bengal. But yeah, Senegal, we might be able to do a landing there. That would also be a little bit risky, so we'll probably need to get some submarines in there. Now what I suppose I could do with my submarines in here, because I've gotten quite a few submarines over here, especially these whiskies. They've been resupplied, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them around, in a wide berth around England and France. And then get into Algeria. It's going to take them quite a while. They might sink if maybe a couple of ships on their way, mostly French ships. But that way we can get a bit more firepower in here. I suppose we also got some more submarines over here, don't we? That's a lot of patrol boats. There is a whiskey, at least there. But there isn't all that. Oh wait, no, there's a lot of whiskies here. Right, let's combine the whiskies and then get the capital ships out. We might actually start sending some of these ships as well. So that's going to be 6 submarines from here. Let's just take... Oh, yeah, let's just take this group and start sending it to Vietnam. And maybe a few more. Like, for example, this group. Got a lot of escorts. So what I can do is I can take those 2 ships, or groups of ships, and start maybe doing some landings in Madagascar. Madagascar is probably going to take a decent bit of troops still to clear out, although they are a colony. They don't have that many cities in here, actually. There's few and far between, basically. But yeah, if we could make Madagascar into a freed nation, and then of course these islands here, then that would be potentially another 4 nations into the Comintern, or the Warsaw Pact. And that would get us to 19. Right, so we're at 15 right now. So we need to do a lot of work to get more nations in this, basically. But one can hope. One can certainly hope. And if we liberate enough of them, that might actually increase our treaty integrity even further. Now, it's already going up slowly. Now, the land production is 9 days away. Then we can start... Ooh, actually, we can't necessarily... Yeah, we're buying industrial goods from there. How long until... Oh, this is going to be done at the same time. So what we can do is we can start getting the proper AA stuff in here. Now, they haven't sent any planes recently. Now, not since we got this area controlled. I think we may have destroyed or damaged a large chunk of the French Air Force, at least in here. And they might still have planes elsewhere. Actually, I suppose we could do is we could go ahead and send in some recon missions down here. On each one of those, one over here, so we can spot those 2, and one over here. That's 4 of them. It's going to cost us a decent bit overall. And there we go. We got the weapons industry advances. Does that unlock any new research? Not that we haven't, or none that we haven't already queued up. Let's just... Oh, right, yeah, gyro-stabilized gun mounts. Fair enough. Now, the satellite is 250 days away. We are definitely behind in the space race right now. But if we can get some of these research going... I mean, suppose we've been fighting a war, or USA has not. Right, I suppose we could also start queuing up at least the... Actually, let's think about this. 1428, or 181428. If we compare it to the current design... Okay, yeah, that is a massive improvement there. Alright, so we definitely want to get that researched. And then the Marines we don't really need to worry about right now. Is there anything else that has been unlocked? Probably not. Not really. No more submarine. Oh, there is actually... Oh, wait, no. Well, I suppose we could put the Zulu already into the research queue. It won't be done until the military vessels research is done, which is going to take quite a while still. Oh, there we go. We got the air defense facility done. There we go. We got all the construction done in Yakio. And over here in the eastern side of Corsica, we still got the radar, the air defense, and gun emplacement being worked on. But that should reduce the amount of industrial goods that we need for construction purposes. And that way we'll have a bit more available for other things. Oh, and Japan is buying more petroleum. Well, that's good news for us. We did get the coal power plants already built and the extra industrial goods factory. But at the same time, our unemployment has dropped to 3.8%. So I'd rather let that drop, or rather increase towards 4% again, before I build more. To be fair, if we weren't selling quite as much electric power, then we wouldn't have this problem. But, you know, being able to sell some for our allies is not a bad thing. We had some... Oh, it may have been over... Oh, yeah. They're sending in more ships through here. We got a lot of the tanks here. Have we got on any of the... Oh, yeah, we've got plenty of the heavy tanks in here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to switch 2 of these instead of 2 of the tank destroyers. Got a bit of infantry here. We got some artillery brought in. Should have... Okay, yeah, we got a few over there. Bring those in. And then around Moscow, we got a few more troops. Now, to be fair, I suppose this is part of the war, unless we give them freedom. If we liberate that country, they should still count as part of the... Yeah, they're now independent. They are part of the Warsaw Pact. They are still technically fighting France and North Vietnam, but that's... Oh. Can I get sea transit? Possibly. Right, so this was something that I wasn't prepared for. Well, let's just keep the things in here. They're probably giving me a counter-offer. No, they actually... No, that was Chile. Be a change. They went to non-aligned right now, alright. Okay, so this wasn't quite as I planned. Oh, wait, no, they're from non-aligned. So here's a counter-offer. They want 19 million. I'm okay with that. They need a bit of cash anyway to start setting up the economy. Which, to be fair, isn't all that great right now. And probably won't be all that great either. I mean, it's only 60,000 people. Right, so we've got the sea transit. Can we actually get the full transit treaty? We might be able to. That's gonna allow us to keep the troops in there for the time being. But they will probably make some truces with the, at least Vietnam and maybe France as well later on. Okay, buying some more goods from Iran. To be expected. Right, I did send in the... Oh, there we go. So now we can see that there isn't... Well, there's a lot of planes over here. Not so much French planes, to be fair. Well, some of it is French. I don't know if there's a lot of movement through here. What's that? Counter offer, they need 40 million for the full transit. Alright. I think we can afford it. We've got over 9 billion again, so we've been making a lot of cash from the trade deals that we've been getting. Which is not bad. Not bad at all. So how long until... Okay, land production done in 1 day. The seaport is still quite a bit of days away. And we got the anti-air rockets researched now. So what we can start building over here is immediately the air defense, the SA2 guideline. Because it's got pretty good range overall. And that's going to allow us to free up a lot of the areas here. We don't really need to have the troops right in or on the border. And I don't think the enemy is going to be sending all that many planes anyway. I think what we now need to do, since we've taken this area, we need to first of all repair some of the submarines and that sort of stuff. But we do need to start making some way into sort of provoking the enemy to send more troops elsewhere. So either over here in like Sevastopol, although that is going to be a bit risky, so I think a better option would be to go for the islands here, and then for Madagascar and all that. I think that's actually going to be the better option. But now that we made it Somaliland into a independent nation, we got 16 nations in the Warsaw Pact. And we got the full transit treaty. Can we get the non-aggression pact? Probably. Start improving our relations with them. Gun emplacement completed, alright. Petroleum to Japan, and they want 120 million. Oh wow, they are really increasing the prices there, aren't they? You know what, also what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some tech knowledge. I'm going to give everything that I can right now. I'm not going to keep doing that forever, but like, just give them a bit of a boost. In terms of research, they won't be able to do much research anyway, so they'll need a bit of hand to catch up. Actually, that might be something that we could do with Bulgaria to keep them happy. Now that does mean... Oh wow, that's 15 billion. Yeah, that does mean that we won't be getting money from selling the text to them, but at the same time, I don't think we need to right now. Especially Romania, if we can give you a lot of things. And keep you happy as well, maybe bring you fully into the fold again. So what is our treaty integrity now? It's 62.9, so liberating country didn't actually increase the treaty integrity all that much. What it may have done, though, is increase the subsidiary rate. 17.2, I don't remember what it was before, but I think... Oh, right, so the United Nations opinion is now indifferent. Alright. I think we're the only one that is still not delighted, but it's getting better. At least it's not disapproving anymore. Let's just go one of these transports here. That's going to be enough for the most part for you. We'll need to bring in a bit more troops, but I suppose these won't be able to bring in all that many things, can they? Probably not. We did send in the ships towards... Oh yeah, these have arrived, or at least most of them have arrived. There's still some that are on their way. And of course, did we send the submarines yet? I don't think we did. No, we did not. Alright, well, let's send those in as well. Let's send them to the southernmost tip. But actually, if we use those submarines over here, that's going to allow us to sort of make sure that the enemies won't reach a port that they might try to send troops into. But of course, this is far away from most of the areas, so a large chunk of the troops will be already sank, like in... Well, actually, not all that many will be sank in Suez. Only the French vessels. And then Gibraltar, maybe? Unless they go around Africa, which I suppose they could try. We've got all of these mostly fully repaired and all that, so that's not too bad. I might want to start sending a bit more of these troops into... Well, I suppose let's go ahead and take more infantry that apparently is still hidden here. Okay, there might not be all that much infantry left. Maybe we'll get... I don't know if we want to bring in howitzers and at least... Oh, here's more infantry. Alright, there we go. That's getting us a little bit closer again. Do we still have troops in here? We do. We could bring these in. Because Algeria is not in a war, so we don't need to have troops protecting their coastal cities anymore. Let's bring these in. So we can load up at least 3 of these with infantry, and then maybe a little bit of other troops in the rest, and then we'll just send these first into, I think, Somaliland, and then we'll go and do landings over here. I will pick up a little bit of troops for the bigger transports as well, like tanks and such. That will speed up the conquest a little bit. And then the rest of these we can probably sea transport. Well, we can probably keep some of these here, still as a sort of reserve for Mediterranean. Don't know if we were sinking stuff in Bosphorus again or not. But regardless, we were sinking things again. Oh, right, we might have quite a bit of ships over here in Archangels as well. There's a couple submarines. We can start grouping those up. But the northern front has been pacified for the most part, I would say. Oh my goodness, we've got a lot of troops in here. Actually, I'm just going to take the planes from here and reserve them. And then most of these old artillery pieces we can just scrap, and maybe the reconnaissance as well. We'll leave a little bit of troops still here, but these we can just scrap. It's going to reduce the amount of active military that we have. We've got 1.7 million active right now. I suppose that does factor in all the garrisons as well, but still, that is a massive... Oh, are they transporting somewhere where we got a barracks? That might be the case. Of course, we also got some submarine action at Gibraltar now. No more... Or we haven't gotten any more promotions in there. Oh, where are you heading? Got a lot of ships moving. That's for sure. Oh, I can hear plane combat. That's probably happening in Korea again. Oh, yeah, it is. Speaking of Korea, how are you doing in terms of... You've got a bit of money. I could maybe sell you some technology. Oh. That's probably something you need. And then North Vietnam. You've got a bit of cash. I'll sell you some polio vaccines. And what about China? We've got 4 billion. They'll use some particle accelerators. And India is running a little bit low on cash. Like, they've had a lot more. I don't know what they are spending all that money on. They're buying a lot of electricity and consumer goods. They've got plenty of industrial goods stockpile right now. They need more military goods as well. I wonder if I start... I'm actually going to gift them like 20,000 tons of military goods. And speaking of military goods, we might increase the production just a tiny bit. Let's go to 35% again. Electricity, we're full speed. Petroleum, we're still selling a lot. Actually, yeah, we are selling a lot. And price isn't too bad. We could increase the production over here. Let's go to 65%. Oh, let's go to 70%. So that's going to increase the sales that we do from there quite a bit. And thus we'll get a bit more cash. It's not going to be a massive amount per barrel, but at the same time, like if we increase the production for about a million barrels per day, then it's already going to be about $1 million of profit. Which, to be fair, isn't all that massive. Okay, so we haven't located where the French ships are moving out, if they are moving out from here. I mean, there's probably Marseille, if anywhere. We're going to keep a bit of a distance from the border so that the enemy ships can't fire on us from the French side. Of course, if... Ooh, actually. Frankly speaking, Saudi Arabia and Jordan have formed an alliance, alright. Frankly speaking, if we do move in there, we can start sinking the ships in there. That's a possibility. We'll give it a try. We'll go sit here for a little bit. If there's any ships moving through there, there might not be. Right, have we gotten the infantry in here? We've gotten at least some. A load into another transport. And then we need to bring in at least one more. To build that one. Well, I suppose technically we could have more than that, but I think 7 is a nicer number, so there's a little bit of room for supplies to be had. Oh, wait, no. Load into that one. Supplies to be had in the transport itself, so that it can sail a little bit further. At the same time, it's also going to be like enough troops to fill one hex completely with units later on, or once they've landed. Right, the scrapping has begun. Going to be quite a few of them. But that is hopefully reducing the personnel a little bit. Yeah, it's going down. Doesn't mean that the reserve personnel are going up a little bit, but that's actually not bad. I could take 2 combat engineers to one of the boats. Maybe the one other boat that is currently damaged, because it can probably carry a little bit less. Ooh, actually, I don't think it can carry 2. Can it? How heavy are these again? Okay, so we can carry 1. We could carry 2 infantry on... Oh, right, you need to get in there first. Buying a lot of industrial goods from China and Iran, and selling more petroleum to Japan. It's a funny thing that I think the Japanese are actually buying more petroleum from me than from USA at this stage. Which, to be fair, if we can sort of bring them into our side, that would be actually brilliant victory. Well, not really victory, but... Well, at least a full victory, but a small victory regardless. Do we have more infantry in here that we could move in, or is 6... No, we've still got a few over here. Let's bring them closer. But we can start loading these into one of the ships. And then it can fit in at least one more. And after that, we might want to get some more artillery. Load it up into one of those. It won't be landing in the first islands that we capture. We have actually had a bit of combat in here. Okay, we'll just pull these back again. How close are we getting the port done? It's 10 days. Okay, then we can start repairing the ships. And then after that, we can actually start doing something like that and just dealing some proper damage there. There's a lot of planes there, flying back and forth. And they're going over here every now and then as well. I don't know if they'll start sending in any planes here anymore, because the planes themselves won't be able to support anything. So it's like sending them on a suicide mission, essentially. Which probably is not going to happen. Advanced aircraft aircraft engine, is that going to unlock? Oh, a modern aircraft fuselage, and it's probably going to unlock some of these planes for us. I don't know how many of those are actually planes for Russia, but I'm sure that there's 1 or 2. Oh, now we don't have the electricity problem anymore. So how much do we actually have extra? We probably have a little bit. How is our relations with Romania? It's still a bit strained. They could use maybe 20,000 per day. Let's do a 1 month trade. So if we sell about 20,000, well, let's sell 15 or 14 in this case. It's going to allow them to sort of increase their economy a little bit, and that's probably going to help a long way. Albania, you probably need. Oh, Let me sell you 10,000. But actually, we'll go for a month straight right now. Add that to the offer. Get 40 million out of it. Okay, that's not too bad. Because we are selling the electricity regardless, aren't we? Oh, we might need to lower the minimum price there, just to make sure that we are actually trading. But there we go, we're back to 10 billion. So we are doing pretty good in terms of cash. And of course, the consumer goods that we sell is actually not selling a lot, because the price isn't. Let's just lower that so we can do more bulk trades manually, but we'll have that like 4,500. And Nicaragua is now NATO aligned, or leaning. So let's just load up some more troops in here. The infantry, we need to get at least one more in there. Nicaragua's moved to non-aligned, alright. I suppose we may have been doing some trades with them. Plus the fact that our reputation, so to speak, is increasing. It's treaty integrity is 63.1 at this stage. So that is already getting us a pretty decently close. They got a supply truck over there. Did we sell that for them? Maybe. Right, so this one needs to be loaded into there. And that can be moved off to the side. So what I'll probably do is I'll end the episode here. I'll take some time to load up the troops in here. And we'll probably do the next episode with the troops already in here, ready to head for landing into here. Or might even bring the ships already a lot closer to somewhere over there. So that we can just start with the landings on the small islands here, liberate those countries, and then maybe do a landing in Reunion as well. It's got 2 places in there. Probably not a lot of garrisons though. But yeah, if we could capture these small islands at Madagascar, then that would draw a lot of attention from the NATO-aligned nations away from Mediterranean. Which, to be fair, hasn't really been their main focus anymore. I mean, I don't know what is their main focus. They probably don't know that either. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.